everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Nikki with Montana Crochet Creations. Today's tutorial is for this 4th of July napkin holder. It is going to be perfect to go along with my 4th of July placemat and my 4th of July coaster. I will make sure I link those two videos up in the description box in the right hand corner for you. But yeah, these are super simple to work up. I'm going to make 6 of them, and it probably will only take me about 20 minutes to maybe make 6 of these. So you will not need very much yarn for this as well. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a little bit of blue. I used the Red Heart Super Saver. This is the color Royal. I have a scrap amount of white here and a scrap amount of red, and that is in the color Cherry Red. You're also going to need your 4mm crochet hook for this. You will need a pair of scissors for clipping your yarn tails, and you're also going to need a yarn needle for weaving in those yarn tails as well. So go ahead and grab all your supplies that you're going to need to make these 4th of July napkin rings, and I'll see you back here in a few minutes and we'll get started. Let's get started on our 4th of July napkin rings here. So I'm going to start with a chain here. And then I'm going to chain 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to slip stitch to this very first chain, making sure not to twist that chain because that's going to mess up your circle if you do. So just like that. Now we have like our ring that we've created for our napkins. So what we're going to do next for round 1 is we're going to chain 1. We're going to go into that chain 1 space. If you want, you can go into the back bumps. I think that's what I'm going to work in, so that way it'll give it more of a finished edge. And I'm going to place a single crochet. And I'm going to work over the top of my yarn tail as I'm doing this here. So grabbing that back bump right there, going over my yarn tail, and then placing a single crochet. And I'm going to do this in every single one of these stitches all the way around. This first row is going to be the most difficult because you're going to be working in that back bump. And it's a little fiddly because that back bump typically usually is a little bit more tight. So we're just going to continue working a single crochet in each one of these all the way around. Do that. I will see you back here in a few minutes whenever I am done with this and I make it all the way back to that very first single crochet that I created. And then I'm going to slip stitch to that first single crochet. You're still going to have 18 stitches whenever you are done with this. So keep working that. I'm not going to struggle with this on camera because that's a little boring. So I will see you back here in a few minutes when I am done. So I finished round 1 and I slip stitched to that very first single crochet that I created. And this is what we have right here. This is our ring. And you can see it gave it, by going into that back bump, it gave us that finished edge all along the edge here. So for rows 2 through 4, we're going to place a single crochet in our chain 1 space and a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. You're still going to be ending with 18 single crochet at the very end of each one of these rows, or rounds, I'm sorry. So keep working that. You're still slip stitching to that first single crochet that you created, and I will see you back here when I'm done with round 4. And like I said, probably make like 6 of these as well because you're going to want this to all be a matching set. So I will see you back here in a few minutes when I'm done with round 4 and we'll continue on from there. Okay, so I finished row 4 of my 4th of July napkin rings here. And so I'm going to weave in this yarn tail and then I'm going to switch to my white yarn. And then we're just going to attach that anywhere that we would like here. So I'm just going to go through the back here and then just kind of weave this in. I like to go back and forth at least 3 times, especially since I know this is going to be used. So I'm just going to grab this. I might do a 4th one on these just because I want it to be extra secure. And then come over through that. And now I can clip this yarn tail. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab my white yarn that I have here. And I'm going to attach this, and you can attach anywhere that you would like. I'm going to attach it just right here. And I'm going to chain one, and then I'm just going to place a single crochet inside my chain one space and a single crochet in each one of the stitches all the way around. Like I said, I'm going to work over my yarn tail that is right here. So continue working your white yarn with your single crochet all the way around. You're going to slip stitch to the top of your first single crochet. At that point, you can clip off your yarn tail, or fasten off and then weave in your yarn tail is what I meant to say. And then change to your red yarn, and then we're going to do the exact same thing. Create one row of single crochet all the way around. And then you would fasten that off and weave in your yarn tail for that one as well. But you're going to do it on this side and also on this side here. So on the top and on the bottom. So I'm going to continue to work this. I'm going to get my white and my red on both sides done, and then I will meet you back here when I am done with this 4th of July napkin ring here. All right, and I just finished my 4th of July napkin ring holder here. I think it's really cute. It's going to be perfect for my table. It goes great with that placemat and the coaster. So these are super fast to work up. These would be really fun in a whole bunch of different colors. Get you all the way through summer. It can get you through holidays. That's what's fun about this. Like I said, I made mine for the 4th of July, but it's literally just big enough to hold your napkin when you have people over. And 4th of July, we'll just have people over and then just do probably paper napkins, but it's still going to be perfect for holding down that paper napkin and keeping it from blowing away in the wind. It can get pretty windy up at our house. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you consider hitting that join button down below. That gives you early access to all of my tutorials just like this one. And it also helps me purchase supplies to continue to create videos for you guys to do at home. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to ring that notification bell because I do post tutorials here quite often. I've been trying to do it every single week, but over the last month or so, we've been really busy, so it hasn't happened. So yeah, anyway, I love you guys all so very much, and I will see you in my next video.